not even that late today. We're not that late today. I think that should be commended. Yeah, we're not on time. As usual. We've never been on time. But we're getting better. We're getting closer. And that's really what it's about. It's about constant improvement every day. That's what this whole podcast is about. I'm about to help you improve your money, muscle, and mindset. Let's start the show. All right. You know what it is. Welcome to another episode of the Victory Unit Podcast. I'm your humble and gracious host, Brett. Why do you laugh when I say humble, man? I might be the most humble person, maybe ever. I'm like a god of humility. You know what I'm saying? A king of modesty. But I don't never talk about it because I'm just way better than that. I'm your humble and gracious host, Brandon Carter, Big Brandon Carter, aka BBC, aka King Keto. A lot of people call me Gymnasium Jesus. Yeah, Jesus del Gimnasio, El Jefe de Ejercicio para Abdominales. And this is the Victory Unit Podcast, where we talk all about how to build your money, muscle, and mindset. That's what we're here for today. And we got a guest, but hold on for a second, because he's going to talk to us all about how to improve, build, and grow that credit score so we can get some of this cash, man, so we can get some of this paper, right? You know, credit is super important. But before we talk about him, listen, Nima, you know, we got a sponsor for this episode. Yeah,
I just got the news before the show. It's really dope.
Yeah, man. Listen, when you work hard, you know, it starts to pay off. It starts to pay off after a while.
But continuous effort. 66 episodes.
This is episode number 66. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was going to be like episode 1,000 before we had a sponsor, but we got a sponsor now. All right. This episode of the Victory Unit Podcast is sponsored by Dot Repellent. Dot Repellent. This is the easy to apply spray that'll keep the hose away, right? So a lot of you guys may be thinking, man, I want to get more girls. I want to get hoes. That's because you a loser. You know what I'm saying? If you was a real G, if you had your money, muscle, and mindset on point, your biggest problem would be too many bitches. That's the problem. I can barely walk around this motherfucker, man. But now I can, thanks to Thought Repellent, right? Before Thought Repellent, it was like, bitches everywhere. They coming at me. They trying to ruin my life. No mas chicas, por favor. But now we got Thought Repellent. So you can apply this to your body and it'll have like a perimeter, like a force field around your body for about 24 hours. It'll keep about 20 holes away, 20 thoughts away, right? But we need to improve on the design because that's not enough thoughts, especially all the guys especially if you join the Victory Unit Discord, the Discord where we got free courses and free trainings on how to build your money, muscle, and mindset. Man, once you do that, these hoes going to be all over you. Then you're going to need Thought Repellent to keep them away. It's the only thing that's going to help you, save you. These bitches out here trying to get pregnant on purpose. They out here. You see what happened to the homie Tate? Had he had some Thought Repellent, he wouldn't have to worry about that, man. It wouldn't have been a problem. You need Thought Repellent. Now here's a problem. All your super chats go to research and development for Thought Repellent because we still have to improve the formula. There are a few side effects. Nothing major, but we're working on getting the side effects down to a more manageable level. So side effects include, but are not limited to, Jackie Chan head, the inability to smile on Tuesdays, depression flavored sweat, temper tantrums, Gaza Strip tease. I heard it's the bomb. Sleep dancing, and No Slave November. It's just, I mean, it's just one month and no slaves. I think we can do. It's not that bad, but you know, the FDA says we got to get those those side effects down. So that's why all your super chats are going towards research and development so we can improve on the design. Because listen, guys, every day a baller falls victim to one of these stocks. They out here getting pregnant on purpose. Motherfuckers is catching cases. You know what I'm saying? They got to have settlements. It's crazy out here, man. We do not want that to happen to you. And that's why Victory Unit Laboratories is putting this together. But we need your super chats to help. We need your super chats. All right. Without any further ado, this podcast is all about building your money muscle, and your mind. And not long ago, I met a guy. I was at his house, and he had Luke Balmer there. You know, I said his name right. Belmar. It's even better. It's even better than what I said. Luke Belmar there. You know what I'm saying? And some other homies, and we was just talking, and then I seen him on Instagram the other day. He was talking about this motherfucker has like 40 different credit cards. And I started talking to him about, like, what the fuck you got a credit card? He said, listen, man, I know all about credit. He's like a king of credit. So to help you guys build up your credit, right? Get that score up so you can start making some money and making some different kind of moves out here. I brought my man, Colin. My man Colin, ukulele sin. Damn. What's up, man? What's going on, man?
Close.
How you say your last name? Yurcisin. That's even better, bro.
Bro, can I get some of that thought repellent? Can I get some of that?
Well, if you can you deal with No Slave November?
Man,
I know, right? It's tough. It's tough.
That shit is awesome.
All right, man. But yo, man. So listen.
Yeah.
This man, hold on.
That's the side stack, bro.
40 some credit cards.
Keep them separated, please.
40 credit cards. All right. First of all, two questions.
Yeah.
One, what are the benefits of credit?
Yeah. Other people's money.
Other people's
I don't have
money.
to spend my own, and unlimited free travel.
Okay. So basically, you're saying you can use that money to start a business. You can use that money to invest in other things, right? Use their money,
correct,
right, to make some money.
Yes,
right. That's the only way I like to use credit, right?
Yeah.
Just use other people's money to make more money,
correct.
Right? And that's super powerful because remember, if y'all got the Baller Mindset course, it's free. We talk about the three. You need leverage to really get rich, right? And the three forms of leverage are money, media, and skills, right? But it doesn't have to be your money, right? Especially because some of y'all's broke. Some of y'all's fucking broke. It makes me sick. But we're gonna fix that for you. You know what I'm saying? The money and then free travel. Tell me more about that.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole reason why I got into credit is because number one, I was broke and I wanted to travel, but I had no money.
Oh, okay,
so it was like a perfect combo. Like I get one credit card, I get a sign-up bonus, I can spend other people's money, and then with that bonus, I can go and redeem it for a flight. I can take content of the flight.
Come on.
And I could fly first class.
You fly first class for free.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was doing. So
that's what's up.
In 2020, I actually started a business called Credit Class, which taught people how to leverage credit, build income, and travel the world.
Okay.
And I set out to Bali, and I literally traveled like 26 countries in 2 years.
26 countries. How old are you again?
I'm 27 now, but I did that at 23.
He's 23 years old. He went to 27 countries.
Yeah. And at 22, I was 50 grand in debt with a shitload of credit card debt. So I figured out how to repair it. I figured out how to clean my slate. I figured out how to stack the credit cards in the correct order to get approved for like 7 or more in a day. And then I figured out basically how to take all that credit and instead of, spending it on Louis Vuitton and things that don't pay me, I figured out how to invest in assets like myself, courses, books, content creation, different businesses and side hustles that would give me the passive income to then pay back the debt before the interest was due.
Got it. All right. Hope y'all getting this, man. Yo, ask your questions. We're gonna answer all your super chats because we need that thought repellent money, man. We need that thought repellent money. You know what I'm saying? But come here. No, I'm sorry. These 40 credit cards. Why do you got 40? Why the fuck do you have so many credit cards?
So each one has their own little special reason. And I like to spend money for a reason. And each credit card is used for example, this is a built credit card. Okay. This one allows me to get 1 point per dollar spent on my rent. Okay. So you're spending God knows how much on rent. Let's just say $10,000 a month. Let's say 20.
How big the crib is.
Let's say 20,000. All right,
that's close.
$20,000 a month. You're sending a wire, or you're hooking up your bank account at auto drafts. You're getting no points, bro. You could get 20,000 points every single time on rent with no fees. Most credit cards, they take 3% fee when you pay rent. This one gives you a bank account and a routing number. So you hook it up to the portal and it charges it no fees, $1 on every, or 1 point on every dollar.
So you get paid for paying your rent.
Exactly. So now within 3 months of having this card, I already have 120,000 points. And if you know how to transfer those points to the right partners, you get 3 to 10 times the value on each point when you redeem on travel. So I'm flying business class to Europe for 46,000 points. Whereas if you went in like the portal for this card, or if you went on the Chase portal or the Amex portal, they want 1 million points for that flight. So now we're condensing our point value down, or we're increasing the point value per point.
That's the built card.
So this is the built MasterCard.
That's cool, because I didn't buy this place or any place when I moved here because it was like peak
interest rates are high.
No, everything was the
prices were up.
Prices were just outrageous in Miami because everybody was moving.
Because it was 2021.
So I'm just waiting for the I'm waiting for the right time.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I could be making money off the money I'm spending anyway.
100%. So if you have a good credit score, like a 730 or higher, you can apply for this, get approved right away. They'll give you a $20,000 limit. And the cool thing is you don't even have to use the limit. They will just debit the money right out of your bank account, but it still counts as being used through the credit card. So you don't even have to use the card. It's just a vehicle to pay your rent and get points.
Right. What's the catch?
There's no catch, man. There's no fees either. Like there's no annual payment on this card either.
Damn, that's just one tip that could have made y'all some money, man. Y'all need to hit that like button, man. We're gonna help y'all out. Now, so you got all these different cards. Tell me more about like why so many?
Yeah. So I mean, there's travel cards, right? So like for example, this is a Marriott card. So this is just for Marriott stuff. I'm ambassador elite at Marriott, and that's the highest status you can get. So I like to get the top statuses at all my airlines, all my rental cars, all my hotels. So that's for this. American Airlines, once again, this is an actual American card. So I have United cards, American card, Delta cards for every single airline. This helps you increase your status, and then it also gives you points for that airline.
Okay, wait. Now let me ask you more about that, because I put everything on my Amex.
Yes.
What would be the advantage of getting an American card?
Yeah, so this is going to give you more points towards your status. So if you only fly American, and let's say like you work at a job and that job is paying for all your flights, and you have a hub like us, American Airlines in Miami, you're going to want to get the American card because you're predominantly flying them. So you can work your way up to the top status, book standard fares, and now you get upgraded for free to first class.
You know what? I had the JetBlue card when I lived in New York because JFK was their hub.
Exactly.
And then and also I think JetBlue has the best domestic first class. Their mint service.
Mint is incredible. Yeah, you ever do the one that has like the cube or the door? Bro, incredible.
You can lay back in it like a bit.
Dude, once you do that once, you just get addicted. And then you're like, how do I get more without spending money? And that's when I dove down this rabbit hole. So let's keep going. So then we have...
That's not a card. That's just your prestige.
That's the priority pass. I got so that comes with a card. So this is one of my favorites. I think you have one of these.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah, so this is the Chase Ink Unlimited. So these are business cards at 0% interest for 12 months. So think about it. Chase hands you $50,000 and says, this is yours. Pay me back in a year, 0 interest.
Come on, man.
Like, what would you be able to do with 50 grand right now at 0%? That could change your life. That changed my life.
You know
So I actually bought my first property with a business card at 0%.
Hold on, you bought a property?
Yes. So basically, I was dead broke in 2020. I had a little bit of money saved, but I didn't want to pour it all into a property. So I got an FHA loan with my dad. Okay. So we co-signed on it because I didn't have 2 years of income yet.
Right.
I was able to put 3% down. So I only needed like $7,000 at this house in Philly. So I didn't want to, take my own savings. So I got this card and I liquidated $7,000 off of it with something called manufacturer spending. We can get into that in just a second. But it's basically the process of pulling the credit limit off of the card in the cash without triggering any interest or cash advance fees. So now I have $7,000 or more in cash, whatever I pulled off. And now I'm able to put that into the home, furnish the home with the rest of the limit, 0%. Then I filled that house with 3 tenants. It's a 4-bedroom house. I lived on the top floor. The 3 roommates paid for my mortgage. It was basically my piggy bank, and I cash flowed $400 a month.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Come on. So if you guys are trying to build wealth, that's literally the biggest hack. It's called house hacking. And you can do that with a credit card. You don't even need the full down payment.
Oh, shit.
You can do 3% down, and they have portfolio loans at like Bank of America. You could put down at as little as 0%. Yeah. So that's big. Also, what I like to do is I get one of these every single year for all of my LLCs. I have about 6 LLCs. So every year I'm getting 6 more. And what I do is when the 0%'s up, you don't want to be using the card anymore. Why would you want to get 20% interest, right? So what you do is you call the number on the back of the card and you move the credit limit to the brand new 0% card. And so now you just made a mega limit and you get a whole nother year at 0%. Most people will go ahead and they'll buy a new one, or they get a new one of these cards, and then they'll just forget about the old one and leave the credit limit on there. You can call and transfer the limit and you keep going. This has 135,000 on one card.
Oh shit.
0%.
I never even this is shit I never even thought about. That's why I wanted to bring on a credit expert. Because fun fact, man. This is the stupidest shit in the world that I did. All right. I did this so y'all didn't have to, man. I did this for your sins. That's why they call me Gymnasium Jesus, like I suffer for their sins. But I didn't have, my credit score was 0 until like 2020.
0.
Because
that's hard.
Well, here's the thing. I heard Baby from Cash Money. He was on MTV Cribs. He was like, look, whoa, there all these houses and cars. I bought them all cash. If you got to use credit, that means you can't afford it. And I was like, oh, that sounded like good financial advice. Yeah. Right. my 17-year-old brain thought that was good financial advice. So I just never had a credit card. So the beauty is I never had debt. But then I was making millions running my business off debit card, bro. So you know how many points I was missing?
Ads and shit.
Yeah, you know how many points I was missing?
So many, bro.
So many. It was super stupid.
You must have a couple million now, though. Points, right?
I'll show you how many points.
Let me see.
So put in the comments, how many points do y'all think I have on Amex?
I'm gonna say 5 million.
Let's see.
Too low.
Let's see. One second, just gotta go on the app.
I'm seeing those ads all the time, so it's gotta be up there, bro. Brandon doesn't know how to find them, the points.
Yo, I might not know how to find the points, bro. Do I get? Where do I go on this app? You know the Amex app?
Bro. Yeah.
You know it.
I got you.
Oh, my shit's in black and white.
You go to membership, bro.
Oh.
Yeah. One click. I got you. I got you.
So
what do we got?
It's a show. I can show this, right? It's safe to show.
Yeah. You're safe to show. Can I just say it? Oh, there it is. 2 million, 2.3. Good, bro. Good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I can do a lot with that.
Yeah, I mean, you just started too, so
yeah. I mean,
give it a couple years.
Come on, man. I spend them too, though.
So let me, man, you probably spend them so bad. How do you spend them?
Man, flights.
Yeah, but how do you do it on the Amex portal?
Yeah, the Amex portal.
Yeah, no.
Oh, there's a better way.
Oh, dude, you're losing so much money on points right now.
Really,
bro?
I thought the Amex portal was the best way to do it.
The worst way to do it. You never want to use the Amex portal. Okay, you got to call me next time before.
Okay,
you book a flight.
all right. And so and like this computer, I just fucking.
Oh, you got that on points?
Yeah, for Amazon.
No, man.
It's like
we never want to pay for travel again. Okay. The worst redemption is gifts. Is going to be like computers, iPhones.
Oh, man,
all that shit. They're giving you less than a cent per point with that.
Okay.
Or $1 per point. So what you really want to do is you want to use transfer partners. So for example, let's say you fly to Europe, right? And you're flying Air France. Well, you don't want to go on the Amex portal and book Air France through Amex because they're going to want 500,000 points. When you transfer it to, let's say, Air France Flying Blue, that's what their program's called. It's like the airline program. So you just go and you connect your Air France account to the Amex account, and you could transfer the points over. The reason why you do that is because imagine Air France only wants 90,000 points for the same exact flight that you just paid 500,000 points on.
Okay.
So I'll give you a major hack so you don't have to do this shit and think about it. Point.me is a website. I think it's like $30 a month. And you just put in the location. It tells you exactly where to transfer your points out of all the partners that are existing for Amex and Chase.
Bro,
point.me.com.
Point.me. All right.
That shit will save you so much money, so much time, and so many points.
Listen, I want to get back to the travel stuff, but
yeah,
a lot of people want to learn how to build their credit.
Yes.
They have a poor credit score or no credit score.
Yeah.
Can you give me the step-by-step
for sure
of how somebody can improve their credit?
So if you look at your FICO score right now, there's a difference between two different scores. So there's a Vantage score, right? Which is Credit Karma, your banking apps. That's all BS. You don't want that. Okay. Those are fake. That's just a summary of what your score is. You really want to know what your FICO score is. And you can find that out by going on Experian.com. Okay. And you could sign up. And you can get your Experian, your Equifax, and your TransUnion. Those are the three major bureaus. Okay. They'll tell you the FICO. Once you know your FICO, you are in great standing. If you have nothing on your credit file, you should give yourself a pat on the back because you didn't fuck anything up.
That was me. You know? My shit was 0 until like 3 years ago.
Yeah, so that's actually good. Like if you have a plan and you're at 0 right now, hell yeah, like good job, because now you can just start building the right way. Most people, they get fed the wrong information. You know, they get a bunch of credit card apps in the mail, apply for this, apply. They get a bunch of bullshit that isn't what you're supposed to get in order. So what I like to do, I'll do two different avenues we can take. Okay. First avenue, if you're just starting out, what you want to do is you want to start with the best bank in the game, Chase.
I think Chase is the best.
Chase is the best.
Wells Fargo is bank. Wells Fargo is a bunch of criminals.
Oh, Wells Fargo is the sketchiest.
They're the worst. And then, but a close second for criminal banks is Bank of America.
Bank of America, yeah.
They're basically a criminal enterprise.
I believe. I mean, they all are. Yeah. But Chase is the biggest criminal, so they're not going down.
Yeah, it's like we got to ride with the winners, man.
Exactly. Right. They're too big to fail. Exactly. So we go with JP Morgan, right? I got all my accounts with them. But you also want to diversify a little bit. So when you're first starting out, very easy. Go in there, set up the basic personal checking bank account. Okay. Load it with as much as you can. Okay. 5K, 500, whatever the minimum amount that they make you do to not have those fees. Right. So it's usually $500. Load that in there. If you want, open up a business account as well. If you want to start a business, open up a business checking.
For the business, they're going to need to have their LLC and their EIN number.
Correct. Okay. So you will need to get an LLC and an EIN to open the business, but let's just stick to the personal, easy stuff, right? If you have no credit right now. Okay. So you open that personal, you load it with $500. You wait 10 days just to have that money sitting there. Right. Okay. Now Chase knows you're a client, you're a customer, you've done some, work with them. Now they're going to treat you with respect. So now you go in there and you apply for a Freedom card. There's a Freedom, a Freedom Unlimited, and a Freedom Flex. They're all beginner credit cards. Okay. Now, the cool thing about these beginner cards is they have the point system that all the advanced ones do as well. So you're earning Chase Ultimate Rewards points right off the bat. Okay. Instead of going with like a Discover It, now you're in like that beginner shitty credit card. You're wasting an inquiry. You're with a bank you really don't care about or want to build a relationship with. Yeah. Whereas when you're starting with Chase, you're in it for the next like 5 cards just with Chase. Okay. So which is great. So you're saying start with Chase. That's the best place to start. 1,000%. Okay. Yeah. And another major hack you guys could do if you're worried about not getting approved for that first card. For example, my girl, she just got her residency. So she just got a social, brand new to the country, brand new social, no credit at all. What I did was I added her as an AU, an authorized user, on my best credit card. Yeah. So this card has like a $50,000 limit as a personal card. I called in, I said, hey, can I add Noemi Hopper? Here's her social. They sent her one with her name on it. We waited until that popped up on her credit report. So I went on the FICO and I said, oh, look. My card is reporting there. So now she's showing history already. Got it. Now she's got a 780 credit score, just piggybacking off mine. Yeah. So when we go to apply at Chase, you're like, oh, Noemi's already with Colin. He's an amazing client. He's got 20 bank accounts and 800 credit score. Yeah, we'll approve her on the little freedom card.
Now, what if the guys watching this? What if they don't have a boyfriend with great credit?
It's okay. You could always do, if you want to stick with the AU method, you could get family members, you could get friends, you could even get a friend or an uncle or an aunt. Okay. Go network a little bit. Hey, like I'm really trying to show them the game plan for your credit, right? I want to get this card first. I just need you to put me as an AU. When the card comes in the mail, you could chop it in half. Yeah, I'm not even using it. I just need it to report.
Yeah, they don't even have to give you the credit card.
No, they don't give you the credit card. Tell them to cut it in half and throw it out.
Yeah, you just want to be on it.
I just want to be on it, piggybacking, getting that score, getting that history.
Yeah, yeah. Okay? That's what I did because mine was 0. I had to become an AU with a few people I knew.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But they can backfire as well. For example, I got my grandma who's like 80 years old to add me as an AU. One day she does the checks. She writes the checks and sends them into the bank. One day she forgot. And then she missed the payment. And then boom, now I have a late payment and my score drops like 40 points right before I'm going to apply for my next card. Grandma, what the? So I had to call her. I had to basically get myself off of there. Took a while.
But once you got off, it was cool.
Once you get removed, it's gone.
All right.
Yeah. So AU, keep that in mind. If you don't have an AU, you can still get a freedom card or a basic Chase card. Go into the branch, meet a relationship manager. That's what they're called. Yeah. And sit down with them. Tell them, hey, I want to open a bank account. I want to get a credit card. What can I do? Yeah. Start building that relationship.
Even if you have don't have a good credit score or no.
If you have nothing, this is if you have nothing. I'm going to talk about if we have bad credit.
Okay. Yeah. So if you have nothing. Also, what about those sites where you can purchase
trade lines?
Yeah, trade lines.
It's a little, it's black box, like it's a little gray. But you can do it. People screw people over on those sites. Sometimes, like some guy will just take your money and not report it for you. So you could try it out. Some are only like $200, $300, $400. So it's worth a shot. But
can you take yourself off?
No.
Oh, they got to take you off.
That's the thing. It's their primary card, so they're the boss.
So that you can't get off on your own.
Exactly. Yeah. Unless you like did some serious credit repair and reported it as fraud and then like got it off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So let's go back to what I was saying. So basically we have that open now. We apply for that card. Even if you don't have an AU, they have something called secured cards. So at Chase, they have a version where you can go in there, you give them $500 and they'll open you a secured limit. They'll hold your $500, give you $500 credit card limit. Yeah. And now you're basically just paying them and building that history.
You get points with that.
Not with that basic card.
Okay, that's
why I want you to start with the Freedom card. Yeah, Freedom card's awesome because it's a very beginner card. It comes with a sign-up bonus. You get like 40, 50,000 points when you spend $3,000 in, I think, 3 months. And then you get points. You get like 1.5x for every dollar spent. You get 4 times on groceries, all different kinds of cool bonuses. Okay. So great card to start with. Next, I would go with, after you have that card for 90 days.
90 days.
Yeah, you want to spend at least 90 days. On the 91st day, now you have 3 months of history. You can go back in and get a second card. Okay. So that is the rule. That's my rule of thumb. Some people, get them, back to back. But if you have no history, you don't want to take any chances. There's nothing worse than getting denied. Then you walk out of there with no other card and you're like, damn.
You think you should go in the bank and do it?
I love going in the bank. Yeah. Yeah. Going in the bank, building the relationship is always best, especially when it comes to business. Okay. Now, personal cards, it doesn't make too much of a difference just because they're doing it on the online portal that you would apply with online anyway yourself. But when you're going in for business, I'll get there in a little, they actually go direct to an underwriter. So if you sit down with a bank relationship manager, they will ask you, Colin, what do you want your limit to be? And they'll literally write on the paper $50,000. They'll slide it to a real person and they'll review everything. So in my program, like I have a relationship manager that I funnel all my people to.
And from Chase?
Yeah, at Chase. Oh, wow. Yeah, at a local Miami branch.
Which one?
So I go to the one in Brickell.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So there. That's another thing.
What about Capitol Grill?
The one that's under one of the main like apartment buildings.
Okay.
No, not in Capitol Grill.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's that. The next card I would get for personal after that first one would be an airline card. So Chase has United and they have Southwest. So pick whatever one you fly the most. Yeah. And go with one of them.
The problem with Southwest, man, is like, you ever been in New York?
Yeah.
You been on subway in New York?
Yeah,
that's what it feels like in Southwest, man. I feel like somebody's gonna come through breakdancing for change. I feel like I'm in Southwest. I feel like a kid's gonna come try to sell me candy for his basketball team and that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of trash.
Motherfuckers come on there eating. Yeah. I was flying to Atlanta, and I had my first class American seat, but the flight got canceled. It was like right before Thanksgiving. I mean, right before Father's Day last year. I was like, fuck, I need to see my black baby. And so like there was like no other flights going on. So I went online. Oh, the only shit leaving was a Southwest flight. I was like, oh man. All right, man, gotta do it for the children. You gotta break the cycle. And so like I get on the flight, and there's a dude next to me, man, talking on speakerphone. It's like
classic, bro.
It's like the plane waitress had like a fucking neck tattoo and shit. I was like, man, this is the hood.
Yeah, bro.
It felt like the F train. Like I was back on the F train and or the 1 train in goddamn Washington Heights or some shit.
You ever do Spirit?
Nah, man.
I just did that, bro.
Nah, I ain't never did Spirit.
I had to from Vegas. It was all they had.
From Vegas?
From Vegas.
6 hours?
Yeah, imagine from Vegas too. Like the people on that.
Dios mío.
Bro, people are going for like $99. Man.
All right, so you can get United or
Southwest. Go with United. That's what I went with. Yeah, they have a couple different options.
Yo, man. Did they make you fly the plane yourself, or like did you have to?
Yeah, that's how you get the sign-up bonus. You have to successfully land the plane.
I'm on Southwest, man. I was like, man, is they gonna fucking drive this thing? Like, who's got
it's like a 50-50 shot you're landing on Southwest Spirit. So hey, I don't recommend getting the Southwest, but hey, if that's your thing, you can go for it.
I'm bringing my sister here for Thanksgiving. Yeah. And I'm my mom first class American flight. I put my sister in Spirit. I put my sister on Southwest, not Spirit. I don't hate her.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I ain't got no beef with her. Yeah, but I put her on Spirit just because she was mean to me when I was little. Anyway, let's. I'm sorry. Get the United.
So let's talk about the third. So yeah, United has one that has the club. So if you like the lounges, you always wanted to go on them. You don't even have to have first class. As long as you hold the club card, you can access the lounge whenever you fly. Okay. So you could buy economy and access the club.
That's my problem because I don't have American status. So sometimes I'm in the terminal where there's no Centurion lounge. Yeah. And I can't go in with my Amex.
But if you fly first class, you'll always get the lounge.
Always with I thought
for American.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just thought I didn't have access.
So the only time you can't go in the American flagship lounge, that's only for international. But you can go on the regular American.
Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So and you should also have. Do you not have this card?
I got that.
Okay, so this gives you priority pass, and that gives you access to like thousands of lounges.
Really?
Yes.
So I got that shit right here.
Yeah. Okay, so look, I didn't even know, bro. I showed you earlier. I don't know where that thing went. I have the priority pass little card.
Yeah,
but yeah, that comes with your card.
But I got this too. But it came with my
There you go.
Yeah, this came
Amex.
With the Amex.
Yeah, it comes with both. Yeah.
Oh, but
so have you ever used it?
Yeah,
yeah,
but like sometimes they say like if you're not flying that airline. I don't know. Sometimes the lounges don't let me in.
Sometimes, yeah, but usually if you have priority pass, there's always like 1 or 2 that you can access, no matter what you're flying.
It depends on if it's in your terminal though.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna have to go to another terminal.
I'm not switching.
You're not gonna want to do that shit.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
but I got the Chase. All right, cool. All right.
Okay, so now you have 1 airline card. You got 1 beginner card. Now we want to get 1 of the elite cards. Okay, so after another 90 days of spending and paying it off on time. That's another thing I forgot.
Got to pay it all on time.
You got to pay it off. Yeah. When we're building history here, we're trying to use this card as many times as possible. So throw your debit card away. You don't ever want to use that again once you get credit. Because we're always thinking about building. We want to build a relationship, build history, show trust with the bank. Yeah. So we're spending, we're paying off. We're spending, we're paying off. 3 months goes down. 91 days later, we're applying for our 3rd card. Now this is the big boy. This is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Yes. So if you got some good limits on the other cards, and maybe if you have an AU, you should get this one. Okay. If you don't have an AU and you got smaller limits, I wouldn't risk it on this. You probably wouldn't get approved yet. You need a little more history. Go with the Sapphire Preferred. So it's like the little brother of this one.
Okay,
so this is the reserve.
Reserve.
Yeah, reserve is like the best one in the game.
Okay, that's the one I got.
Yeah. I love the reserve. So with this one, you get anywhere from like 75,000 to 100,000 point sign up bonus. You get the priority pass access. You get a $300 travel credit that you can use on whatever airline you want. You get 3 times points on all travel and all food.
Really?
So whenever all food, restaurants, whatever. Every time you go to the restaurant. But for us, like, this is personal. I use my Amex Gold.
Use Amex.
Yeah, we get 4 times points on restaurants with Amex Gold.
Come on.
That's the shit. So that's personal. But first, let's talk about if you've completely messed up your credit record.
Okay.
Because that's like 90%.
That's most of people.
I know. And it's unfortunate because, like, we were obviously like misled the entire time. So, you know, we're listening to our parents that don't know shit about credit. They're telling us to get these cards. They're the wrong cards. We're not even learning about how to pay it off on time. And we're watching interest accrue. And it's 25% interest. If you leave your balance past the statement due date, now you're accruing interest every single day.
I don't pay a dime of interest.
People don't even know that, bro. They're like, oh, I put 20K on this. Oh, I just make the minimum monthly payment. Oh, it's only $300. Perfect. Bro, you got to watch out. The interest, they'll get you. And especially on, like, people are pulling out home equity lines of credit too. And they have the variable rate, the one that changes. It's not fixed. Starts at 0. And then as the Fed just raised rates over the past year, bro, the shit's at 7% now. People are defaulting on all their homes. So watch out for the interest, guys.
All right.
But let's get this clear. When you first get your card, you want to set up the payment due date for 5 days before the payment is due. So, like, you'll see the statement date and you want to set it up so it pays 5 days before. The reason why is because it takes some time to update to the bureaus. So if we're paying it on the exact day it's due, they might not get that update in time. And now it's reporting that you have a balance. Your score goes. So a lot of people have like a 650 score and they're like, dude, I don't have any late payments. I don't have any collections. Like, why is my shit so bad? Bro, you have a 30% utilization. Like, if you have anything over 6% utilization, it's gonna hit you.
But now that's temporary though. Like, if you can pay it off, and then the next cycle it'll
for
be
sure.
right.
Exactly. But the cycles last 30 days. So imagine you're trying to get a new car, trying to get a new apartment.
You gotta wait a month.
Your shit got hit 650. Now you're screwed.
Got it.
So it's this whole it's a jigsaw, bro. It's a whole puzzle. But it really sucks if you screwed your shit up. So let's talk about what happened to me. So I had 3 credit cards, the exact sequence I told you guys. I had my Freedom, I had my my United card, and then I had my Chase Sapphire. Okay. What happened was I got a little overboard on the limits. I was just spending like crazy, had no plan. Was just a kid, 22, 23 years old, hit the sign up bonuses, got my points, and I'm like, well, now how do I pay this off? So basically got in a trap there. And what actually ended up happening was, because I couldn't get any more credit cards because my score was so low because the utilization was so high, I applied for a personal loan to just get money. And that was at 12% interest. I got $20,000 in a personal loan, and I invested it into all my different businesses, a clothing company. I did some real estate. I did a content creation company. All of them failed. So that loan, I had no money to pay it off. So now I'm swimming in credit card debt with the interest occurring every single month, plus this loan. And then the loan payments are now $750 a month. I'm broke. So I just stopped paying it. Thing defaults and it hits my score. So now I have cards that are, you know, completely overdrawn. And now I have this report showing I have a collection. So now I get hit with the collection. The account gets charged off. They send it in the default. And basically what happens is a collection agency will buy that debt and they'll try to just harass you until you pay them something. So I learned really early on that you don't ever want to pay collections. Okay. So when you pay collections, you immediately admit to the debt. You have the right to remain silent because until they prove that it's yours, if it's not proven, it must be removed. Okay, just remember that. If they cannot prove it, they must remove it. Okay. That's how the Fair Credit Reporting Act works. Okay, so study that, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So once I learned that, I was like, okay, I'm not going to talk to these people, and I'm going to send in dispute letters. And honestly, I just downloaded a bunch of credit dispute letters from Google. YouTube, Google, just doing tons of research, Reddit, trying all different things. I'd package up the envelope. I go to the post office. I send them in. And after 3 months of just sending in round after round after round, one day I looked, the collection was gone.
Come on.
No more collection. So now my score went from having a 580 all the way up to a 720. I ended up getting my cards paid down to 10% utilization.
Yeah.
And then that time I studied how to do a sequence. So applying for the right cards, knowing which bureaus that the credit is going to pull, and being able to align them so I'm not getting too many inquiries all at once. So Amex, the cool thing about Amex is they don't even pull inquiries if you already have one card with them.
Okay.
So you can get 6 Amex cards and they don't pull shit.
Really?
Yes.
They just look at your
they just look at your back end. Like they have your back end report. Oh, Brandon's got the Amex Platinum $10,000 limit. He pays it all the time. Yeah, let's give him a gold. Let's give him a green, whatever one you apply.
Yeah, because when I got the platinum card, it was they just
approve you automatically.
You want the gold? I was like, yeah, give me that.
Exactly. And you got no inquiries. So the only time you get an inquiry is on the first one. So what I did was I was like, okay, I got my 3 basic cards. This one that I got approved for, actually, I didn't even have this one yet. I had 2 freedoms. I applied for this one. The best thing about this one is you have to get a 10K limit if you get approved. The Chase Sapphire Reserve, they will not approve you. And if they do, it has to be 10K. And so they were like, Colin, we can't approve you yet, man. You only have like a 5K limit and a 2K limit. You need some more time. So they denied me. So what I did was I called the reconsideration line. You guys should all do this. If you ever get denied, call the recon line and you hang up and call again if they say no. And you just keep doing it. Eventually you get someone that's like, all right, let's see what we can do. You know what, Colin? We'll move your 2 limits from your other cards and we'll give you about 5K on this new one, but we'll combine your other limits and make it 10K on this one just so you could get the card approved. And I was like, yes. So I went from getting denied flat out on my first of 7 cards I was applying for. And I was like, no, fuck this. Like I planned for this shit. So I got it approved, got the 10K limit. And because I had that 10K limit, now I was able to get the business cards. You cannot apply for business unless you have a $10,000 limit.
Okay. With Chase.
With any card.
Okay.
Like even if you have all Amex cards on personal, you shouldn't go for a business card because if you have just 5K limits, they're going to approve you for like 7K. When with business, we're working with 0% interest. Like we're trying to spend this money and make money with it. So what we want to do is we want to make sure our foundation is built and we want to apply for a business card with over a 10K limit so that we're getting 20, 30K approved because they usually give you 2 to 3X what your highest personal is. Yeah. So I went ahead and I got the Chase Ink Unlimited.
Okay.
I got the Business Blue Cash, which is basically that, but on the Amex side. Okay. Another 0%. I got the Amex Business Gold, the Amex Business Platinum, and the Amex Business Plum. So all in all, I got 7 cards in one day.
Come on.
And my life was changed. I had $75,000 in limits. Most of that was at 0%. I had all kinds of sign-up bonuses. And I was doing manufacturer spending back then, which basically gives you the sign-up bonus without you actually spending money.
You gotta tell me what that is in a minute. So, wait a second.
Yeah. I gave you a lot there.
That was a lot. So basically, just to wrap up, if somebody had bad credit, they have to keep just basically sending letters.
Fair Credit Reporting Act. Yep. So you want to look that up. And you could look up just YouTube videos. I mean, there's tons of courses out there. You could use Credit Repair Cloud to write your own letters. They have templates. There's Dispute Panda, which is a software that does the letters for you. You can pay per letter. All kinds of great technology out there that works. Or you could pay a company to do the credit repair. If you want, you could do it yourself. But if you want to save your time, you could just pay a company to do it. Yeah.
And then do they typically do a good job, these companies?
I mean, it all depends on the company. I've been in the space for a while. So, if you guys need help, you can DM me on Instagram. I can absolutely help you out.
What's your Instagram, man? We don't have your info. We didn't get it before this shit.
Oh, shit.
All right. You know what? Okay, hold on. Say it.
Yeah, it's at Colin Yurcisin.
All right. Here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
We got a special guest, man, that's about to come in. And he's going to bring it. He's going to talk about the stock market, the market. But why did y'all need me? Can you write your cell phone number down here? Pass it to Colin, and he's going to text you everything that we're going to put in the video, all your information. Because Colin came late. Y'all think that we would have been on time, but this time Colin was late.
Hey, bro, the traffic. You gave me the wrong address.
I did not give you the wrong address.
My fucking car sent me like halfway across Miami.
Yeah,
Tesla, bro.
You know my fault. Yeah,
fucking Elon. It's Elon.
Man, he's always fucking up. You know what I'm saying?
Always,
but
bro.
like,
always.
Right now, what we're gonna bring in real quick. We're gonna get back to the credit stuff, right? And with Colin, and if y'all got questions, make sure you ask them. We're gonna get to it. But right now, we bring in my trading mentor, the homie General Romulus, former hedge fund manager, to talk about what's going on in the market right now with the market recap. Yo, Romulus, what up, man?
Oh, hey, Brandon. Good evening. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to another market recap with the Victory Unit. This is very exciting.
Come on.
I'm glad that your guest is there. It's funny. He mentioned he was driving all around Miami trying to find you, so he was a little bit late.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit early.
You're a little bit early, man.
That cancels it out, right?
Yeah, man. It's beautiful.
I'm just trying to help him out. That's all.
It's all good, man.
He's helping us, so I'm passing it along.
I got a lot of questions, Romulus, because I know you know what the S&P 500 did today, and I was wondering if you can help us understand what's going on.
No, part of it is people lose sight and lose track of. They believe that the stock market is a very logical and mathematical and engineered type of place.
Mm-hmm.
Stock market is not that. I want you to think of what do you call that? Thought repellent?
Yeah, thought repellent. Thought repellent. That's sponsor.
Thought repellent.
Yes, thought repellent. Yeah.
Well, Brandon, I want you to think of the craziest thought you know. Okay? Like the craziest one you ever met in your life.
Ever? Yeah.
Now multiply that by 1,000.
Jesus.
And that's a random Tuesday in the stock market.
Man. Jesus.
Okay.
She's definitely Puerto Rican.
Oh boy.
No, I can say that. Mi gente mucho peligroso, it's all good, man. My people, they understand.
I can say it. I can say that. You're telling us?
Yeah, I can say it. It's like if you said like the Roman army was crazy, like you can get away with that.
I probably right about that. So yeah, it's not a logical place. It's all about emotion, and everybody's reacting these days about the FOMO is back. They want to get in. They want to get in. Hell, I don't give a shit what the market does today or last week. I just keep making money.
Come on, man.
That's all that matters. So tomorrow night, by the way, 7:00 Eastern time, Brandon, he's the one you're looking at right now on your screen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're doing a free training tomorrow.
Free training tomorrow, 7:00. Yep.
Yeah, make sure y'all sign up for that. The info's in the Victory Unit Discord if you haven't already. Yeah, man. But Romulus, show us how you've been making. Like, can we see your screen, man? I love when you show the charts and you break shit down for us. You're the best at this.
So yeah, hold on. We're talking about Tesla here. Is what? Here we go.
He's driving one of those futuristic death machines. All right, sorry.
Here we go.
Hey.
All right, so. Yeah, Tesla stock here. I just have it up because I heard him mention that I think he was driving a Tesla or renting a Tesla or Ubering a Tesla or something like that, or having a robotic Tesla drive him everywhere where he's supposed to be, I guess.
This shit was driving him all over Dade County.
Supposed to be, right? Yep.
Yeah, no.
Wants to be.
One day that shit's gonna take control, like Skynet, and like we're all gonna have to fight these things.
It's happening. Look, you could exist right now. You could get a government welfare check. You could have AI do some of you could exist right now by just sitting on you don't have to do anything anymore. Like, you don't have to do anything anymore. In modern day America, you can get by.
Live, but can you ball?
You're not going to have the life that you have, the life that I have, but you can get by. You don't have to do anything anymore. Like we're there. Okay. If you choose not to exist as a human being, you can do that today. The country will keep you alive in some type of a minimal existence. You can do that.
Yeah, man. We're good at keeping people alive.
But I don't know why you'd want that, because there's far too many great things happening out there for those who get the hell after it, which is what the Victory Unit does.
Come on, man.
All right. So as we mentioned a bit ago, and those who are in our Victory Unit, they have been well attuned and well aware and forewarned for some of the things that have been happening in the market. As a matter of fact, about a week and a half ago, we upgraded the market from a red flag condition to a yellow flag condition, meaning that we would probably start to see some higher prices in the stock market. Then in the reports, we highlighted this downtrend line, which has been in existence since the July highs. We said as it approaches that, look for that to be breached and for the prices to more likely than not to continue higher. And that's exactly what has been happening. It's not a mystery. It's not a conundrum or a puzzle to anyone that's in the victory unit, which is why you should join our free webinar tomorrow night, our masterclass.
Yeah, man, just free training.
Get it figured out. So we see the market going higher as it has breached this downtrend line right here. That has been the more important situation that the market has been dealing with over the last couple of months. You can see this is the July high. The market was unable to get above there, held it in check over here again, held it in check here again, and a couple of days over here last week. And then it was up today as there's some inflation number from the Federal Reserve that's situated and said that, oh, I think all things are going to be good. Probably not as easy as what people want to believe that is going to be based on the action from today. And this is what we're talking about to open our conversation when we say that the market is not a logical place. It is not a mathematical equation to figure out. It is an emotional mess, an absolute emotional mess. So what's happening here is people are just piling in. We see that. Look at this. Was there a real reason that the stock market dumped over the course of 7 or 8 days, like from here to here? Probably not.
Yeah.
Is there a reason that it's from here to here over a couple of days? Probably not. It's just everybody dogpiling in. Oh, dogpiling out. They're not thinking. There's no logic or reason to what the stock market really is. So you got to trade. The reason that it's like this is because for the past 2+ years, and I'll move this over to a weekly chart to get a better look at it. Okay, here we go. So
that looks like a strong breakout on the weekly.
Dating back to early January of 2022. You see that it's still quite a bit below that point.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the stock market has been in this trading range for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And anytime that it starts to get a little bit of a shaky look to it, everybody runs out because they think it's about to jump all the way down to 1,000. And then all of a sudden, a day or two later, whenever it gets a little bit of a firmer look to it, everybody rushes back in because they think it's going to run up to 10,000.
Yeah.
We have got a completely psychotic market nature right now. I think this has something to do with the fact that there's 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion people all over the world with smartphones in their hands, and everybody's got at least $5.
Yeah, man. You can make something happen.
Robinhood Interactive Broker account that they can buy and sell at the touch of a button.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're making money, by the way, because we have a 2-year trading range. And when we analyze the top institutions down to the bottom, into the entire institutional run, when we analyze the average American's 401k and retirement account status, they're down. They're losing money. For the past almost 2 years, they're down. They're losing money. But they're dogpiling in and they're dogpiling out. And at the end of the day, they got nothing to show for it but another round of small losses.
So what does that mean for us, right? Because when I'm looking at this chart, especially on the weekly, that looks like a strong breakout. It looks like a breakout, but what are you seeing?
Well, you got to have volume confirmed.
Oh, that's not what. Yeah, it's Tuesday though. It's Tuesday. That's a weekly chart. It's Tuesday.
So you got to see the volume come up. Last week the market went up. That's when it broke the trend line, but the volume wasn't there.
Right.
And today the volume really wasn't as broad as you would have hoped for a big, broad market breakout. S&P and some of the small caps, the Russell 2000 specifically had a big day. But when you drill into it, the volume wasn't there on a lot of the sectors. It wasn't an all-in encompassing kind of a situation. But again, it is the bullish time of year. This is something we've been talking about for the last 3 weeks. November is the most bullish month. November, December, January are the most bullish of the 3 months of the quarters of the year. And so here you are.
All right. So what would you? So that being said, are you expecting higher prices for the rest of the year, or do you think it's going to be more of a more staying within this trading range?
If you don't see some kind of a pullback in the near term, you will in the intermediate term.
Okay.
All right. Because now you have a buyer's exhaustion type of a situation approaching the market in the very near term over the next 3 or 4 days.
Right. Like if it were me, I would expect it's like, I'm not you, right? But if I would expect that this to fill that gap and then retest the top of that trend line.
More likely than not, that could be coming. Now, when I said November is the most bullish month of the year, the average gain for November's going back to 1980, so 43 years, is 1.5%.
Okay.
The S&P 500 at today's high was up 7.5% for the month of November. Beating the average return for the past 43 years by 6%. Do you want to go long right now?
So you're saying it might be so it sounds like you're saying it might be a little overdone.
Yeah, you want to go buy stocks when that's happening right now? No thanks. No, that's not how the Legion operates. That's not how I've operated for 29 years making money in the markets, and that's not certainly how I'm going to be operating tomorrow. I don't fall prey to FOMO. I don't allow myself to be a victim of somebody else's smarter trading and investing strategies and platforms.
Yeah.
But if you're buying the stocks today at 3:00 in the afternoon because you feel that pull, you got to get in. You got to get something going. Talk to me in a week or a month.
Yeah.
You've got to have patience.
Got to have patience.
So more likely than not, whenever I see a situation like this, whether it's overdone, because you recall when things were pulling down like here, we were no longer short the market.
Right.
Because it was overdone on the downs. Still in this 2-year trading range. Still in this newer environment of 2 billion people with phones and $5 in the market that are buying and selling and dogpiling in and dogpiling out.
Yeah.
We knew to exit shorts and get out of the way.
Yeah.
Same thing here. Knowing not to buy stocks up here.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. Right. Can I ask you about a few stocks?
Of course.
All right. You know, I feel like I ask you about the same ones every week. But
that's all right.
if anybody wants to know where my head is at, Celsius.
Oh yeah. So I pulled that.
you know that's my jam.
Yeah.
They do not sponsor the podcast, but I'll take the money if you're watching.
Yeah, we got a marketing rep listening.
If you're watching, you want to pay it. Yeah, man.
Well, I'd like to find out why Celsius didn't jump in.
That's what I'm saying. Today. That's why I asked.
Is splitting tomorrow. So you see that little S down on the bottom, right there.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a 3-for-1 stock split tomorrow. So tomorrow the stock is going to be trading at about $51 or $52 a share in the morning instead of 156. All that means is it's splitting. It's if you have one share today, tomorrow morning you'll wake up, you'll have 3 shares.
Yeah.
The value of it will still be $156. Okay?
Yeah.
That's happening tomorrow. But it is a little bit curious when there was a broad market advance today.
Yeah.
Why the stock didn't run up with it. I'm going to have to explore that a little bit. But you see that it closed this gap over here again.
Yep. And then it keeps retouching that support.
Right. So I think this would be a good stock to buy as it got a little bit closer to this 200 moving average.
All right.
Perhaps over the next, week or two. But you got to be careful. You don't want to run. You don't want to run ahead of this. When you see a stock down like this,
yeah,
and the S&P is at least temporarily overdone on the upside, ready for at least a temporary pullback, at least a temporary slowdown or a correction of a day or 2 or 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
The S&P pulls back. This thing pulls back even more.
You
don't want to jump. Yeah. This is what Kathy Wood does wrong all the time. Okay. What she does wrong all the time. She sees Tesla sell off, which it does, every 5 or 6 weeks, right? I mean, no big deal. It's what it does. She goes out there and she sees it sell off from here to here, and she buys it here, right before it dumps some more. What she's not realizing is the S&P is right about to dump, pulling Tesla down with it. That's all it is. So you wait for the S&P to get oversold. Then you go in there and you buy your individual stocks that you want to add to or start taking positions in, such as Celsius or Tesla or whatever it is, name it.
I got a few I do want to name. What's up with we got Celsius. I wanted to ask you about ET, energy transfer.
But one of the things that we've been talking about is as you brought the stock up over the last several months.
Yeah.
I said, look, it's a perfect stock to sell covered calls on.
Yeah.
And they expire every Friday. So every Monday morning you wake up, you sell the calls that expire 5 days later. Just do it again, again, and again, and again. Don't think about it. Just keep hitting it. It has a nice little dividend that's paying every quarter. And I also looked into this last week in our Thursday Night Live, which is a show we do just for Centurions in our Victory Unit Legion.
Yeah.
We do a show there every Thursday. Someone was asking about ET and ExxonMobil and mentioning that these two stocks had good insider buying. ExxonMobil does not really have any insider buying of note. A couple of people here and there. But you know what? ET does.
It has a lot of insider buying, huh?
It has a lot of insider buying going on over there.
Come on.
Respectful. When you add up the dividend, when you add up the ability to sell covered calls every week, you throw in the fact that there are some pretty heavy insider buying from good executives that probably know more than you and I do about the company and the future direction of the stock over the next 6 or 12 months. And I think the stock should be working its way higher over the next several months.
Over the next several, maybe in the short term though, but I feel like I'm looking at a negative divergence, right? Or
hold on, I didn't look. I have the indicators kind of taken away here.
No, I meant like the volume going down as the stock is going up after it hit the 200.
Yeah, that is. But if I'm holding this for several months, if I'm trading it, I'm probably going to be selling into this rally.
Yeah.
But if I'm holding it for several months, if I'm selling covered calls every week, if I'm holding out for the dividend, if I'm liking the fact that there is big insider buying, and these insiders, by the way, remember, Brandon, when an insider buys stock, and we're not talking about insider trading like the movie Wall Street. We're talking about corporate executives that take out their checkbooks, buy their own stock with their own money. But there's a little bit of a difference between what they do and what we can do. If they buy their stock, they have to hold it for at least 6 months.
So when they're buying, they believe,
they believe that the stock is going to be at 20 or 30 over 6 or 12 or 24 months from now. They're not buying it so they can buy it at 13 and sell it at 14.
Yeah, full disclosure. I own a lot of ET
or what they're about. So it depends on the time frame and the reason that you or somebody else is in the stock. This looks like a company that I've said this with you for a while. This looks like something you can kind of hold on to for a while.
Yeah, that's been my plan. That's what I've been doing. Okay. Rocket Mortgage.
Oh, well, yeah. I love Rocket because
man, you put me on the Rocket. We made a lot of money with this stock.
Gave me 54% in 1 year.
Come on, man.
I sold it at $11 right up here. I sold it that day.
Yeah, no, I remember.
The day before.
You see, I remember I got the alert.
Yeah, right up here at the 52-week high. Okay. And I'm not a fan of Rocket. I'm not a fan of Home Build. They're all kind of all together here. Okay. I know the stocks are up today because everything's up right now. But I believe that over the next 6 and 12 months, there's going to be a not like 08, 09, like a housing crash. There's going to be a slowdown, and there's going to be just enough of a pullback where these stocks can probably get hurt pretty badly. So.
Okay. All right. So I'll be on the looking for that. I think I got one more. Oh yeah. NVIDIA, man.
Yeah. NVIDIA. So this was a cool stock. I'll show you how we played this one recently.
Yeah.
Got earnings next week. It's the last of what the consortium in the institutional space calls the Magnificent Seven, the big tech stocks. The one that drives all the AI. You buy the chips from NVIDIA, and then you go come out with some AI product and release it to the world. You talk about overbought. Here it is.
Yeah,
like this is the definition and the very picture of FOMO. I mean, really, anyone buying the stock up here, you don't have a better idea. Like, how lazy are you?
So if we own it, man, it's time to cover. It's good to sell some covered calls against it.
Yeah. If I hold the stock long, I'd be selling covered calls on it for sure.
Exactly.
Now, every day that it keeps going higher, I'm looking for a fade trade on this stock every single day. We don't have time to get into what the fade trade is. You know what it is.
Yeah, I know.
A great strategy that pops up a couple times a month. It's not every day. It's not every week. But a few times a month, it gives you an ability to just kind of pick money up off the floor with very little effort. NVIDIA is one, and Meta's another one right now that is pushing the boundaries of turning into like a daily.
Look at the RSI. Both of the RSIs on both of these are just like way in overbought territory.
On the shorter term RSIs, volume's not there on either one of these stocks. This is what I'm talking about, a non-huge, broadly based volume breakout for the entire stock market. So I'm looking to fade trade these stocks over the next 3 or 4 days if the opportunity arises, and it probably will. So that's the NVIDIA situation. It's no secret, right? Everybody knows when everybody is leaning on the same side of the boat. Here's another little stock market piece that has kept me profitable for decades. Everyone's bullish NVIDIA. You're not going to find a single NVIDIA bear.
Yeah.
Not a single one. No one is bearish NVIDIA. But that reminds me of Apple a couple of months ago, right over here. We were the only Apple bears in the world. We were it. And look what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
When everyone's on the same side of the boat, this is something you can write down. You can live with this forever. When everyone is on the same side of the boat, go to the other side.
Yeah.
Go to the other side. Okay. Like always do that. I'm not saying you bet against NVIDIA. So what we did with our Legion, with the Centurions in our Legion, was last week we bought this, which is it's a dividend, a very high dividend paying stock that is a derivative, and these are complicated terms.
Yeah.
Derivative of NVIDIA. Okay. Trades in the same direction, but this stock here will pay out a huge monthly dividend if you own it. Now, we bought it last week down in here, okay, right about in there. The stock paid us a huge dividend, and it ran up, and we sold it into the run-up, so we made money on top of money on that one. So we played NVIDIA, but we weren't going to stick with it. Why? Because, again, the stock, the underlying that the NVDY is derived from is extremely overbought right now and at high risk of turning into a little bit of a problem over the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay. Another one, competitor to my Celsius, Monster. MNST. It looks like a high base to me, but it's also like just coming off a gap, but it's also at the 200. I don't know. What do you think?
Not pretty.
It's not pretty.
Yeah. It's got a lot of resistance over here. All right. Yeah. I mean, again, buying in stocks a couple of weeks ago in the dip in October, that's the play in there, right?
Okay. I don't own none of this. I just want to see what you said.
That would have been a play there. Now it's just, look at it. It comes right into all this overhead, and then it started turning right around. Yeah. It's
above the average moving averages, though. That doesn't mean nothing. Maybe I might be trying to convince myself.
Yeah, probably.
All right, I do that sometimes, and the problem is I'm like good at it, like I'm persuasive, right?
Well,
I believe in
the stock market. We all do it, and I always suggest to people that, especially traders, if you're looking to do shorter term trading, is you start to see things that aren't there.
Yeah,
you convince yourself that something's going on that really isn't. So a couple of years ago, you may remember there were 2 stocks, primarily GameStop. This was the big one with the mean craziness. Oh, the craziness, the insanity. Again, you talk about lack of logic, lack of reason. This stock was it for sure. And we played this one in the Legion too. Puts go up in value as the stock drops. It had traded to a new 52-week low, and this was our money right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Another one, the second one in the
we made money off all that.
World. We bought puts here, and as it's going red, that was money in our pocket right there. So this was all some trades just from the last 3 or 4 days since we last spoke last Tuesday night. So good stuff. We're going to talk more about that on Tuesday. And does your guest, Brandon, have any either stocks?
He's a big crypto guy, man. This guy loves crypto. I'm like, man, all right.
Bitcoin.
He's probably want to know Bitcoin.
So here's Bitcoin here.
Can you put his chart back up? Thanks.
Yeah. A little bit of a run up in here because of some kind of mention from the debate last week, the Republican presidential debate. They're talking about possibilities of decreasing regulation. I don't even know. But the thing with Bitcoin for me has been, well stated. So I forget, Brandon, I know you mentioned his name. What is our guest name tonight?
It's Colin
Yurcisin.
Yeah, even better. Yeah, it's better.
Almost.
Right, so talk to me about your crypto situation here. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm just a Bitcoin bull. I have a majority of my net worth in Bitcoin, and I believe what we're seeing here is the run up to the ETF approval. So I think a lot of people are front running it. There was an opening for 2 weeks. The next, I think, week, there's a chance that they could get approved. But within I think January 10th was the last date. There's a 90% approval between this time. So
BlackRock's working on a Ethereum ETF.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Ethereum and Bitcoin as well. So I think that is a huge reason for this run up as well.
Yeah, I agree. One of the questions I've always had though is, how does an ETF make trading Bitcoin easier than it already is? It's the easiest thing in the world to trade.
I mean, you have your older folks that have been with BlackRock or an institution for a long time, and they just want to have their financial advisor do it for them instead of creating a Coinbase and figuring out the wallets.
Yeah, I'm saying Robinhood is like the easiest thing in the world to buy Bitcoin. You can trade the ETFs. You can't trade 24/7 on like a Saturday at 1 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
You
Problem is you're not really trading
anywhere, which is one of the cool things about it for sure, that you can trade it so often.
Yeah.
And when I hear things like ETFs and it's going to improve, it's like back in the 90s, I heard these companies, and this was the secret sauce that never became the sauce, was, we're opening a new business channel in Japan. So whenever you heard that, the stock would go up for like a week or two, and then everyone realized, well, shit, that's really not going to do anything.
Don't we have Bitcoin ETFs already though?
No,
they have their futures ETF.
Their futures.
Grayscale, right?
So BITO, for example.
GBTC is a trust.
Yeah.
But they're trying to convert that.
But I can sell, if I wanted to, I can sell, let's say I could sell puts, I can sell cover calls against this, or it's cash secure puts against this, right? Randomness, or no?
I believe so.
Yeah.
We could check on that.
That would be an advantage, right? Like if you were a believer, long-term holder, and you can like sell cover calls against your portfolio every week.
Yeah, you could. But again, to me, Bitcoin trading, cryptocurrency trading is so easy. It's literally anytime, any place, 24 hours a day, weekends, and the stock market trades 9:30 to 4, Monday to Friday. It's kind of old fashioned compared to what you can do in the crypto space. Big question for me is, when, Colin, in your opinion or your analytical expertise, is the crypto space, Bitcoin in particular, going to fulfill any of its promises for the past 15 years and become a utility and actually become something that we can use?
When is it going to be useful in any capacity?
Like just much speculation, and we're trying to sell it to the next.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole crypto space gets a horrible rap from the altcoins, and Ethereum is basically what enables all of that. Whereas Bitcoin right now is just digital gold. We're not using it to transact. It's not at that point yet. They have layer 2, which is Lightning, but
calling it currency is kind of like, false advertising, because you can't easily buy shit with it, except for like,
well, you don't want to. You don't want to. Yeah, I mean, right now we use it for digital gold. It's a very scarce asset. It's like Miami Beach real estate. They're not making more of it, So there's 21 million, and the supply is over time getting bought up. And Bitcoin continuously rises, and it's always making, lower or higher lows. And I think the cycles are going to continue. Every single time the Fed prints, it's basically insurance against their devaluation of currency.
I can put like humans in like Miami real estate. I can like live in that. I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate, man. I don't have.
Yeah, but can you send the Miami real estate to another country in 5 minutes?
But why? No I'm not Jason Bourne. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's a great asset to have 1% to 5% in.
Yeah.
I think if you look at, the 60-40 portfolio, bonds got destroyed this year, right? It's the worst performing year. Yeah. So imagine if you just had 1% in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's up 10% this year already. Your whole portfolio is saved from having 1% in Bitcoin.
Listen, I'm all about, I've definitely traded Bitcoin. I bought a bunch of it when it was like 19, in like 2020.
Yep.
And then I ran it all the way up to, it was like 60 some thousand when Romulus told us all to sell it.
He told you?
Yeah, Romulus said, sell it, get out of that shit.
You sold the top.
I was like, I'm out.
Wow. I've never sold. I've held it all the way down.
Oh man.
I'm just a long-term holder.
Yeah. So anyway, Colin, I appreciate your
thank you.
Talk about that. It's a cool thing, and it's really, to a lot of people, they just think I need to get in. It goes back to the FOMO that we talked about when we opened the conversation.
Yeah.
You know what? You know Bitcoin. You've taken some time to actually study, to understand it. That's how people should approach their investing. I mean, look, 100%. I work my ass off for my money.
Yeah.
Before I put it anywhere, I want to understand how Warren Buffett talks and says, learn about what you're doing.
For sure. I have a question about Warren Buffett, actually. Didn't his portfolio come out today? His updated portfolio? Did you see that?
I did not check that today. I'll check it tomorrow. Here's the stock itself. This is the Berkshire stock, his company that he runs.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think it was this week. It might have been.
I was looking on Twitter. They were saying something about it being today, like in an hour or something. So I want to check that out later. I'd be interested to see.
Because he has to report just like every larger fund operator out there. They have to report at the end of the quarter.
Got it.
So to get an update kind of mid-quarter like this, that would be a little bit odd, I guess. But
he's sitting on an ungodly amount of cash.
Yeah, and he's been a net seller for the past year and a half of stocks. I mean, he's not dumping everything. He's not clearing out. But every month he's selling a little more, a little more, a little more. And perhaps that ought to be a statement too, because this guy knows what he's doing when it comes to long-term holding. Yeah,
it's good. You see Michael Burry just closed his short on the S&P.
So he closed his short. He probably got smoked on it because he opened
got
it
smoked.
at a lower price.
You got
40%.
You got his ass beat. That one. Hey man, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah,
he won one big one, and I haven't seen him win many since.
Yeah, no, he's been
It's been difficult for this guy for a while. He opened that short at the end of June when the price of the S&P was a little bit lower, but he did it through options though.
Yeah,
he didn't just short it. So if he shorted it, he would have lost a buck or two. But every day those options are losing value, even though the stock price is not that different than where it was in the middle of June.
All right.
That's kind of how, because he was going for the fence. He was probably shooting for a grand slam instead of a base hit. Anyway.
Listen, Ramos, I could talk to you about this all night.
Yeah,
luckily,
great,
we have opportunity to do that tomorrow.
Appreciate the opportunity, Brandon and Colin. It's great to meet you and talk with you as well.
Great meeting you, man.
I'm really grateful that you're bringing this credit stuff to our people, because
come on, man.
I told them back in March when the mid banks were falling, Silicon Valley and these other guys, take this opportunity and tighten your credit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Use this chance.
Yeah, man. You want to have a good score when there's buying opportunities, especially in real estate. When rates drop to 0%, and imagine not being able to pick up real estate back when I was getting one for 2.25.
Right.
Crazy.
Right. Yeah. And even anything that goes out there, you want to have your credit as tight as you can possibly get it. Always opportunities out there. So give yourself the chance to do the best that you can.
Absolutely.
Listen, y'all want to learn more about the market, so you can start getting some of this money. Romulus and Greg are doing a free training. Check out the Victory Unit Discord for information. It's tomorrow at 7 p.m. All right, y'all don't want to miss that. All right, thank you, Romulus. All right, later.
Have a good one.
All right, yeah, thank you, man. That's
how long you been with him?
Oh man, I've been working with Romulus. I hired him to teach me like trading and shit.
Wow.
In like 2020, and he's made me helped me make a lot of money. Just that Bitcoin train alone was enough. He used to run he used to be like a hedge fund.
I could tell. Yeah, I could tell he's got some knowledge.
All right, yo, we got some super chats, man.
Yeah.
Some of the champions have gave them super chats, and they are
whipping out the thoughts for us.
Yeah, man, they're contributing. These guys are
I got the same one going off. What's yours say? Literally same time.
I'll show you mine. All right. Well, we got some super chat on some heroes. What's up, guys?
Let's get it.
Let's hear from the heroes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We have JG5Zs. I've had a card for 7 months, but still have no credit.
What?
What kind of card do you have?
Yeah, what you got, bro?
You got the Spirit card?
Yeah, yes.
Or is that the Southwest? Honestly, I mean, the only way that could happen is if you have, let's say, the Apple card, for example. It only reports on TransUnion. So there's some credit cards out there that don't report to all three bureaus.
Really?
Yeah.
I got an Apple card.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's
good for buying Apple products, but that's it.
I'll be buying Apple.
Yeah, and they only pull 1 bureau, so it only gives you one inquiry. But yeah, I would go ahead and call the back of the card and just say, hey, look, I've had this card for a couple months now. I've been spending on it. I got nothing reporting. Like, what's the point of even having this card if I'm building no history? And what they'll do is they'll send out a letter to TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, and they'll make sure it's reporting. Just follow up with them a couple times.
All right. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
We have money moves. What would be your first few moves to build wealth with 30,000 worth of credit and you live in LA?
30,000. That's
you got to get out that shithole, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Awful place, man. I'd rather live in like Tijuana, fucking Mexico City.
Not a fan of LA.
No, I'm not.
I like Orange County. Orange County's dope.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, so what I would do, man, is I would invest in yourself. I did say real estate is a good play if you have some, opportunity with a family member. If you can co-sign, do that deal that I talked about. That's the house hacking method. Go do that. Play it smart. Get 3-4 roommates, and you have them pay your mortgage. With that $30K, you could go ahead and you could furnish that home, and you could front the money for the down payment. And then your roommates are going to be paying off your mortgage every single month, and you're going to cash flow to pay off whatever the debt is. Another one you could do is you could buy.
Put the camera on.
You could buy courses. You could buy courses. You could buy investments into yourself, networking events. Like when I had my first credit card limit, what I did is I went out and I networked with people that had the information that I wanted to learn. So I literally spent credit money to go to a credit event to learn more about credit. And basically I invested in myself. I learned a high income skill, which allowed me to create my first course around credit, which made me hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And you were fixing people's credits too.
Yeah. Well, I partnered with a credit repair company that's already been around for a while, and they just paid me commission. Even easier. I don't want to learn credit repair. I just want to market. I just want to sell. I want to travel. Right. So be smart, invest in yourself. And it doesn't make sense at first, right? It's like, okay, real estate, it's going to pay me this much a month. You can kind of map it out. Yeah. It's like, oh, buy a course or go to this event that costs $4,000. I don't know what's going to come out of it, but you're making a bet on yourself.
Let's really look at it. Like if you got $30,000, right?
Yeah.
Average return in real estate is like what, 10%?
Less, like 8.
Yeah, let's be generous.
All right.
Right. And because I want to keep the math simple, right? Now that's a year, right? So now you're talking about like $3K. Fuck you gonna do with that, man? Fuck you gonna do with that, right?
And remember, you got interest on that $30K usually. So like you can't just put that $30K in there, and $3K is not gonna pay off that interest.
I think some good alternatives, right? You got $30K. I like what you said about house hacking.
Yep.
All right. Man, let's try to think of like some shit he can do. I know he can invest in himself, learn a high income skill. So maybe like two is like invest in a skill.
Yep. You could flip things, flipping shit. Like you could flip furniture, you could flip couches, you could flip baseball cards. That's a way you can double that money.
Flipping
easy.
That way you could double it, pet.
Yeah, you could go to garage sales. Like you could literally
Gary V, man. Listen, Gary V, man, he have you selling shoestrings and shit.
Straight up,
that's what you got to do.
He still does that shit on the weekend.
Man,
now
he just does it for the love.
He's worth hundreds of millions. And he's going out. He goes out with $1 and he turns it in like $100 in a day.
Gary's doing it for the love.
Yeah,
but you could flip things. Like I had a friend who. I don't think he sells his course anymore, but he started flipping cell phones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he got enough money he opened a cell phone store in Queens but he was just flipping the shit on eBay. And even the shit on the store he was having on eBay.
Yeah.
And then he made a lot of money doing that.
You could drop ship.
Okay. Selling Chinese bullshit to old people.
No, but do it the right way. Take a drop shipping course, learn how to really drop ship. You could do fulfilled by Amazon, FBA.
We'll lump that into the skill
for the flipping. I got one that is absolutely incredible.
What would you flip?
Okay, so back when the euro
cocaine.
Okay, yeah. If you want to go to jail, you can
okay.
Depends, when the euro and the dollar,
smooth you are.
Yeah, that's true. You can get away with it.
This is a long time ago.
So back when the euro and the dollar were at dollar parity, meaning it was like €1 equals $1.
Yeah.
All the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci, and all that shit, you could fly over to Europe. You could spend $2,000 on a purse over there. You fly home with it. You could sell it for $3. So you could check that out. Like right now,
what's it called?
Euro dollar parity. It's when the euro and the dollar are the same. I think right now it's only like a couple cents above. But it still works. Like you can compare the prices of purses and designer bags in Europe versus the same exact one in the US, and you just go with your bags and then you bring them back and then you sell them.
I got to tell me what you think it is.
Yeah.
Fucking Turo. right? You know, the car shit.
Yep. Car shit.
I don't know how they spell Turo, man. But like, imagine, how you can get a Turo. He could buy another car, right? With that 30K, like put something down.
You can put it down. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Like he can get like a car,
a nice car.
Okay, yeah.
So I've actually done some research on Turo.
Tell me more about it.
Yeah, so Turo, you actually want them to get in accidents because Turo. So you get paid.
So get a Tesla.
You get paid more. You hate Teslas. You get paid more when they get in accidents, actually. So like when these people put their Lambos and their Ferraris and whatever on Turo, they're actually hoping that they get in an accident because they cover more than what the accident actually costs.
Oh shit!
And Turo pays out every single time.
And can you make good money doing this? I've never done it.
It's so I was looking at getting someone to manage it for me. Yeah. So it was like an 80-20 split.
Right.
So, you're paying 20%, but you're having someone do the pickup, doing the drop off. It's all about the loan that you get on the car. Yeah. If you can get a low interest loan, like right now is not a good environment to do that. Yeah. Car loans, even for me, 800 credit score. I tried to buy a jet ski on credit yesterday or a couple of days ago, and they were charging 10%. So I just bought it cash. So like cars, all kinds of vehicles right now, horrible interest rates, even if you have good credit. So Turo might work if you can get a good deal on a car and pay cash or just pay the 30K and then just Turo it out. But you want to try to make that 30K back in a year. So
how long would you think it would take him to make that 30K back? But he wouldn't put 30K down, right?
But if you get a loan, you don't have to put 30K down. You put 20% down.
Now here's the thing.
Yeah.
Let's see, 20%. Yo, he can get a few cars with that, right? He can get a fleet.
Yeah, you can get 2 cars for 50K each.
Yeah. And then
there's some decent cars out there.
He lives in LA. I don't know what the market is.
I feel like
everybody has to drive in LA.
Yeah, LA is a big car market for sure. Yeah.
These are just ideas.
Yeah.
You can look into. You know what I'm saying? I think those are 4. You can flip shit.
Crypto.
Turo, house hack, or like
we can go high risk. You can go if you understand monetary policy, right? If the Federal Reserve ever says they're doing quantitative easing, money printing, you could take that money, put it into crypto or Bitcoin or S&P. Fed pumps it 20, 30, 40%, and then you just sell out. And you pay off the credit card.
You got to have the money and the timing for that.
You got to have the timing, but timing's key. I mean, that's what I did with Bitcoin. I was borrowing against my Bitcoin, buying more Bitcoin. When it was at 20K, I was taking Bitcoin back loans. So I'd put my Bitcoin up for collateral, and then I'd take a loan against it.
What bank did you do that with?
BlockFi, Celsius.
Oh, BlockFi.
Yeah, they all
the motherfuckers don't exist no more.
Yo, you want to hear the craziest arbitrage that I ever did? Okay, so this was towards the end of the bull market. I think this was around October. Bitcoin peaked in November. I had a $125,000 Bitcoin back loan on Celsius, and I took it out to buy a Patek Philippe Nautilus 5712 1A, 120 grand watch. I bought it with the Bitcoin back loan at 1% interest. Okay. So I literally paid $600 of my own money to buy this.
Okay.
Wore it for 3 months, sold it 3 months later for 165 grand. Okay. Profited 45K, paid off the loan.
Come on, man.
Got all my Bitcoin back.
That's what you got to understand is money shit, man.
It's arbitrage and cycles. And I only knew I could do that because the watch market, I knew that it was just had way more room to run. And I knew that the Fed wasn't going to be done printing for a while. I was watching their quantitative easing, and it wasn't happening for a few more months. So I knew I had some more time to run. I knew I could wear my favorite watch for a couple months, but my plan was I'm getting rid of it. Like as soon as I see this thing start hitting $200,000 on my Chrono 24 app, I'm like, this is retarded. Like this is a blow off top. So I went back in the market, sold it to a guy who actually got rich off Dogecoin, made $7 million. Whoa. He flew me out to Vegas. He had a whole watch box with every Nautilus you could imagine.
Wow.
And he bought it at 165. That watch is worth like 100 now.
Yeah, it's going down.
That guy probably lost all kinds of money.
But he's probably all right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. So I think those are 4 good things. I think I would invest in some sort of skill, right?
Yes.
That you can like.
I'd say that number 1, bro.
Yeah.
Always bet on yourself.
Just bet on yourself.
Yeah.
Especially, just whatever it is.
Your personal brand, bro.
Personal brand,
YouTube, sales is
anything.
huge.
Like if you know how to sell, you can always make money.
100%.
You can always make money.
Absolutely. You'll never go broke.
You can just call somebody. Like for me, I look at it, me being a good salesperson, it's like the ultimate insurance. Like if anything happens, I can either just
you'll be out there flipping Teslas, bro.
You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. We got another super chat.
He had a follow-up, but you guys answered it. Can you give me more info on real estate and credit? I have 800 credit score and didn't know you can put credit down as down payment. Any advice?
So you can't technically say, oh, here's my credit card, put that down. Yeah. You got to pull the cash off the credit card. So there's some ways you can do this. One way would be, your friend has a business account with Stripe, or you have a payment processor and they send you an invoice, you pay it, they wire you the money.
Oh, but then your friend got to pay taxes on it.
That's true. Hey, I'm not an accountant.
That's his problem.
That's his problem.
That's
exactly. His book. And then there's a 3% processing fee. And your friend would probably only want to do it if he's making some money. So he probably wants to add like 1-2% on top. But there's people out there that charge like 8% to liquidate your card. Or you could do the return method. This one's a little gray area. You go into, let's say, the Apple store. That's where I used to do it. Okay. Go on. Okay, ready?
Yeah, you better make some powerful enemies.
So you get you get your business credit card that you want to liquidate the money off of, and then you get a personal debit card where you want to actually have the money go to. Now you walk in there, you get like $10,000 worth of laptops. You never want it to be over 10K, so $9,999. You say, hey, I want to buy these 2 laptops. I got my card right here I want to pay with, but I don't have enough money on it to make the full purchase. Can we split this up on 2 cards? They're like, no problem. Okay, we'll do 90% of it on this card, 10% of it on this card. The 10%'s on the debit card. Okay. So 90% you're paying with the credit card. And then you're walking back in the store 2 days later with your receipt. Yeah, and you say, hey, can you give me my money back? And they go, which card do you want it on, sir? Oh, you can put it on that one. Boom, to the debit card. And there's no fees, no cash advance. You just took credit into cash. Cash that shit out.
My God, that was gangster.
Yeah, that's what I used to do all day, bro. I was doing that to get my sign-up bonuses.
My God.
So it's like spend 10. So like I would get an Amex business card, and this is back in 2019. I had no money, no business. Yeah. Spend 10 grand on your Amex Platinum to get 100,000 points. Okay, 1 Apple Store run, got the cash back, paid off the card.
Yo, you like a wizard, man.
Bro, when you're broke and you want to go travel the world, you got to do something.
You got to figure some shit out.
So it went way deeper than that. There was people buying airlines out, the entire airline, and then returning it all to a debit card. Oh, shit. But they patched that shit. But they were getting like in 4x points on travel. Yeah. Imagine, bro. People making millions of dollars off of this arbitrage.
Holy shit.
They patched mostly all of it. Yeah. Like you could do it with like Louis Vuitton. You could do it with some. I won't talk anymore.
Shout out to you, Money Moves. I think I seen Money Moves in the Discord, man. Shout out to you, bro. You know what I'm
saying? This is some early credit hacking shit, right?
Yeah, that's wild.
2019.
What else we got?
We have Janasian Vin Diesel.
Okay.
What if you want to choose business credit card?
Oh, this guy knows his shit.
You fall in the 524 rule. I have 1 Chase credit card already, though.
What if you want to chase business credit card, but you fall on the 524?
Explain the 524.
Yeah. So the 5 and 24 means you cannot have more than 5 open accounts in 24 months when you're applying with Chase. Oh, yeah. So if you have,
that's why you say do Chase first.
Exactly. Because I'm getting all of them, and then once you're at 4, you can go now and apply. Let's say I have 4 Chase cards. I can now leave Chase, go get a Bank of America, go get an Amex, go get a U.S. Bank, and then come back to Chase. And I can get the last ones.
Okay. So
you can't. Yeah. So basically,
you have to wait.
I have 1 Chase credit card already. You just gotta wait past the 24 months. Yeah, there's nothing you can do at that point. Like if you already messed it up, you can't go back.
Yeah.
That's why you got to start with Chase. Starting with Chase is the only way to get around that rule.
Because if you do it all in Chase, it doesn't apply.
If you do it all at Chase, then you only have, let's say, like 4 credit cards, and then you could go and get more credit cards, and then come back and get that 5th one with Chase. You just can't have more than 5 with Chase.
Okay, all right. That's some good tips, man. Yeah. This guy's giving you the ninja shit today, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Like the video, man. My man's holding it down. What else we got?
We have Blackjack Mastery.
Mm-hmm.
Which credit card would you recommend for an LLC that plans on spending $15K to $30K monthly in Google Ads? Which card could I benefit from most to offset spending with points? My credit score is 790.
That plans on spending 15 to 30K a month on Google Ads. You're going to want to get the business gold, 4 times points on ad spend. So it gives you 4 times points on your top 2 categories.
I just figured that out.
Oh,
I've been using it this whole time. I've been using
Brandon.
the points on my platinum.
No, you've been getting one time. Okay, so that's why.
know.
So Brandon has 2.3 million points. He would have had 7 million points, just like I guessed. Dude,
I was using the wrong card.
Wait, no, you would have, dude. You would have had 10 million. You would have had 10 million, and if you would have knew how to redeem them, oh, bro. At least you know now.
Right,
You're good. You're gonna spend a couple more M's.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
In the next year. So yeah, bro, I would go ahead, get that. That's the best card to get on ad spend. And imagine you spend 30K a month, 4 times that, you're getting what, 120,000 points every single month.
Do I have to tell? You said
you don't have to do shit. So
they just know what you're.
They know your top 2 categories. So you
Okay.
could do like dinners and restaurants because you get 4x on food as well. So that's what I use it for. Ads and food. There's nothing better, bro. That card alone is gonna make you, over 1 million points a year.
Oh shit.
Incredible. And then hit me up to know how to redeem them so you don't do it like this guy.
Yeah. See, listen, that's why I wanted to bring him on. And yo, he's got a course too, right? The link's in the description if y'all want to check it out.
We gave you guys
we try to give you as much game as possible. But if you want more information, he's got a course and he's got an Instagram. You can follow my man on Instagram. It's in there.
Yes, sir.
And they can ask you questions and shit.
Yeah. My DMs are open, guys. Happy to help. Just want to help you guys level up, make more money, and spend other people's money so you don't have to
come on, man. Yo, that fucking the Apple Store shit.
Yo, Brandon's about to be in the Apple Store tomorrow with his Amex Platinum. Like, I want to try this shit.
I need $100,000 in laptops. Don't ask no questions.
You're like, Brandon, it has to be 10K at a time.
All right, so we got the building credit. What else? What else should they know? I can't see those little things you have there. I don't know what you wrote.
Is it true? Okay. Yes. Ooh, great one.
So
is it bad to close a credit card?
Yeah,
do you close credit cards?
Is it bad?
I feel like you do.
Have I ever closed a credit card? I got taken off as a AU.
Okay, listen. So this is something very important. Business cards do not report on your personal credit.
Yeah.
Okay. Most people don't know this. So you could go ahead and you could get a business card and you could spend as much as you want on it, and it's never going to report utilization. So it doesn't matter. Your score will never go down. Another thing is when you get denied for business cards, okay, you're getting an inquiry on your credit. Whenever you apply for something, you get a hard inquiry. If you get denied, you can remove it. If you get approved, you can remove it because it's not a personal card. I could apply for 7 business cards, get 7 inquiries, get approved for all of them. Next day, wipe them off my credit file because they're not attached to an open personal account. Okay. So another tip, business credit cards, you can close them if you want, but you're going to lose history with that bank. So like if you close it, let's say the Chase Business Inc., instead of me closing those cards, what I do is I transfer the limit to the new one. I make a mega limit. With the personal cards, you never want to close a personal card because now you're losing history. Yeah. Imagine you went ahead and you got all the 3 cards I told you at Chase, and you're like, you know what? I want to just get the Sapphire Reserve one, the big one. That's awesome. Gives me all the points. I don't need these little ones anymore. I'm going to close them. Yeah. You close them all, boom, your history's gone forever. You have no more limits. You have no prior spending history. Chase doesn't even know who you are anymore. And closed cards are not good on your credit file. It looks bad. It's negatively weighted. You want as many open accounts as possible. Most people are like, oh, only have 1 credit card, or be careful. Like, I have as many as possible. My credit's an 810. Right,
because the more the
credit mix.
Yeah, your credit mix and utilization.
5 factors of your credit score.
What are the 5 factors of credit score? If somebody wanted to get their credit as high as possible, what there's 5 factors.
Yeah, payment history, utilization. So payment history, utilization, credit mix, credit. Hold on, I haven't done this in a while. I actually pulled it up before. 5 factors of credit score. Oh man. All right, so we got the credit history, credit mix, new credit, and amounts owed and payment history.
Okay? Break those down for us. Can you tell us what they mean?
All right, so payment history, right? So how many times are you paying your card?
Yeah.
Right. So if you don't pay your card, you're gonna have
on time.
On time. So you're gonna have bad payment history if you're not paying your credit card. Always pay your credit card.
Right.
Amounts owed. That's basically just the balance. Right. If you have a super high balance, it's not good. You got to keep it below 10%. Length of credit history. How long have you had your credit cards open for? So a really good hack for this is to get on an AU. Okay, because when you get on AU, you're adopting that person's age. So like your grandma, she has a card for 20 years. Open.
AU is an authorized user.
Authorized user, just a keyword. Yeah. You say, hey, grandma, can you add me? Boom. Now your age went from 1 year of credit to an average of 17 years of credit.
Got it.
So you can really use that as a hack. And that's really all it's going to do. It's not going to weight you too much because you're not getting that primary card on your file. You're just getting that age, age
counts,
history.
though. It does count.
It counts as an authorized user. So it's not weighted correctly. It's not weighted like the primary cards. If it was your own. New credit is just inquiries. New credit is not good. Every time you apply for new credit cards, it's going to ding you a little bit.
Only temporarily, right?
So every 7 years, whatever's on your credit report will fall off. So if you have like a collection, if you have an inquiries after 6 months don't matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Like if you have 5 inquiries in the past 6 months, that's not good. But if you have 2 inquiries past 6 months, it's already been 6 months since those inquiries, you're chilling.
They're not even showing up.
Yeah, it's okay. They show up, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It'll show the date.
No impact.
Yeah, you can remove all your inquiries. In my program, we have this little inquiry guide. It takes, on average, anyone in my program 10 days to wipe all their inquiries.
Come on.
You can only wipe inquiries attached, not attached to open accounts. So if it's attached to something and you remove it, it might remove the entire account altogether. So be careful with that. Yeah. So like if you have a bunch of denials, let's say you go to the car shop and you get a new car, they usually pull your credit like 30 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they try to get you the best rate. Sometimes you get denied. They keep pulling until they get you approved. You walk out of there with a new car, but you got 20 fucking inquiries. So now you go ahead and do this inquiry removal method, and it's going to remove all the ones that are not on your file.
Okay, that's dope.
So you only need the one that's attached to the loan. That's it.
Okay.
And then the last one's the mix. So the credit mix is basically how many accounts you have and the width of the accounts. Do you have home mortgage? Do you have personal loans? Do you have car loan? Do you have credit cards? Do you have charge cards? Those are all the different kinds of accounts. You want to have a wide variety of accounts. The more, the better.
Is that why I don't have a black card? Because I spend a lot of money.
Black card, you need to spend, I believe, on the personal card. You have to spend, I think, $1 million a year
on the personal.
Yeah.
What about the business?
Business? I think is like even more, $250 a month, $250K a month.
I spend that.
Yeah,
yeah.
You should have it. You never got an invite?
No.
I can give you the invite link.
Give me the invite.
Yeah. and then they have you heard about the JP Morgan card?
I've heard about it. Tell me more though.
Yeah, so they have a black card but for JP Morgan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but it's metal.
Okay.
And it has like the JP Morgan signature on it, and you got a bunch of crazy features with it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the black card got that lounge when you walk in there. They have their own section.
They have their own section.
Dom P. Yeah,
I'm like, yo, I spend a lot of money, but I was thinking maybe because I don't have a mix, and I don't have a long credit history.
It might be the history with Amex. Have you been with them for a while? Or
3 years.
Oh yeah, probably not. They're probably looking you up like this guy had no credit before. I don't know if it's a year thing. I think they look at everything now. But my buddy who got it, I know. Do you know Daryl Drake?
No.
He's got the black card. He's got the black card and he's got the JP Morgan card. And I know that he like really made it a goal to get them. He like inquired about it at the branch with Chase. He called Amex. He had a business banker. So if you want it, you could definitely.
I just got to harass.
Get the app in. Like get your application.
I get my app in. I'll harass. I spend a ton of money, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I think the personal one's easier than the business.
Really?
Yeah. Because you spend way less.
The only personal Amex I have is the blue.
Oh, that's the other thing, bro. You have to spend it on the Amex Platinum in order to qualify for the black.
It's got to be the Platinum.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing that.
Yeah, dude, you should get it this year because you spent all your ad money on the Platinum. That's actually the perfect way to get it. You got to call, bro, because you spent over $1 million on that thing.
Well over $1 million.
Yeah,
you know
for sure. Yeah, you should be good.
Yeah, because you see the points. You know how much.
I'll do some research for you. I'll send you the link.
Come on, man. If I get that,
dude, I'm coming to the lounge with you. We're sitting in the Dom P lounge,
and we're gonna sit on all the
haters. Feel baller, you know.
That's just gonna be my Instagram profile.
Yeah,
black card. You know what I'm saying? Black card Brandon. I'm gonna have a new name.
Yeah, there you go.
Black card Brandon.
That's nice ring to it. Bro.
It sounds right. I
like that.
It feels right.
Yeah. Surprised you don't have one, bro. It's kind of sad.
I think it's it's racially motivated. I think it's racially motivated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My Hispanic heritage, man. Mi gente mucho peligroso. What else? Is that it? Okay. Yo, man. That's what's up, man. Yo, thank you so much for sharing this knowledge,
it,
man. Where
Thanks
can people
for
find
having
out
me
more info about you?
Yeah, just at Colin Yurcisin on all platforms. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
And they can't spell Yurcisin.
Yeah, it's
you put it in.
The Instagram, YouTube, and
hey, you said my name right, bro.
Listen,
it took like 7 tries.
You know, it's constant improvement. You want to just keep getting better. That's what keep getting better all the time. That's what the victory
you called me about. Like you said like ukulele or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But like now I got it though. It's not about how many times you fall down. It's how many times
let me hear it again.
You know what I'm saying? It's you.
Come on, bro. You
can sin.
You can sin.
Yeah, you can sin,
there
man.
You go, Yurcisin.
And you too can sin.
Yeah.
You can check out his course. Hit him on the gram, whatever, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's fantastic. Listen, this has been another episode of the Victory Talk podcast. Make sure you join that Discord. It's popping in there. Thank you to my guest.
Thank you, brother.
And I see. Oh, we're not gonna do it on Thursday because listen, I wanted
that's
to do
next Thursday.
This Thursday. We're not gonna do this. No, it's this Thursday.
No, this Thursday I'm not.
Yeah, see, I wanted to do it. However, listen.
Also, 2 Thursdays?
Yeah, 2 Thursdays in a row, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Trump said not to let the immigrants in. But I was like, nah, this one's cool. And then and here we are. So I guess I'll see you guys on Tuesday if Nima decides to show up to work next week. Peace.